Good evening and welcome to the Centennial Gala of the American University in Cairo. We're honored to have you all here to continue a celebration that began in Tahrir Square in February and continues tonight in this spectacular venue. 100 years is a long time in the life of a university, although let's face it, it's a drop in the bucket when you're sitting next to a 2,000-year-old pharaonic temple, and this is a young one. I guess one consequence of operating in Egypt is that AUC may never actually feel old. So tonight, let's revel in the fact that AUC is 100 years young. By the way, in addition to celebrating our centennial this year, AUC is also celebrating that it's 10 years since we moved 15 miles to our new home. Think of the 9,000 miles that this guy had to move. Another thing that we're celebrating tonight is that AUC has achieved a fundraising milestone. This event has raised more money than any single event in the university's history. The tally is already more than $1 million. And who knows where the evening might take us. But to give you some perspective, in 1963, the year when I first visited AUC as a 6-year-old, the entire yearly budget of the university was less than $1 million. Inshallah, tomorrow, the trustees will approve a budget in excess of $180 million. And after tonight, we've now passed 80% of our $100 million Centennial campaign. Happily, much of AUC's history has been shaped by individuals who are here with us tonight. We're joined by 6 former presidents or their spouses, and I'd like to recognize all of them. Would you please stand and remain standing when I call your names? Tom and Molly Bartlett, who led the university. We can hold our applause till the end, who led the university during the Nasser era and the Six-Day War. Gail Gerhardt, whose husband John led the planning for the new campus and made public service a hallmark of our AUC education. Dave, okay. AUC audiences don't listen. David and Sherry Arnold, who completed the fundraising for the new campus and heroically oversaw its construction. Lisa Anderson, who shepherded the university through the Arab Spring. And Tom Thomason, who responded to personal pleas from his fellow trustees to serve as interim president and performed that role with energy and insight. I'd also like to ask Boyd Height to stand as a former chairman, and then to be joined by all of our current and former trustees. Would you please join me in a round of applause to express our gratitude to all of these individuals. Our program tonight was recently changed to take advantage of Her Excellency Agata Wali, who's present here tonight, and she's agreed to give some remarks. Agata is the Minister of Social Solidarity in Egypt, and in her role as minister, she cooperates actively with AUC faculty and students in her efforts to combat poverty and other social problems. We proudly count her as an alumni, and she's one of 3 AUC alumni currently in the cabinet, all of them women. Evidence of AUC's outsized contribution in a country of 90 million people. Your Excellency.